When's your next show?
The 12th of July. Okay. Do you want me to, you know how to refresh?
I can find the refresh button, yes, I do know. So
Just going to make it look like I'm sort of...
you're going to hit 100 subscribers today, I do believe. Live now. I think let me just click on the thing. You have 2
That's me and you.
watching already.
That's okay. Sometimes, you know.
2 thumbs up.
4 people.
Well, okay, so it looks like it is working.
Yeah, we're live. If anyone can type in and let us know that you can hear us okay, that would be very rad. I'm trying out a new microphone position. Awesome. Have a nice day, Shannon.
Okay, you guys can start typing
Yes, so
in your questions now.
can fire away at any time. Ivy is over here taking them down, and so twice a month she's my assistant, and I love it. How are you doing today, Ivy?
I'm good, Polly. How are you?
Very good. Very excited. Last time's show had technical issues,
Indeed.
so we didn't quite get to deliver a lot of messages, maybe 2. So we're going for at least 3 this week.
It'll be a major improvement from last time. Mercury is in retrograde.
Yeah.
However, there were, 22, 23 states that did not have YouTube that night.
It was a tough...
it was almost a nationwide wipeout.
Yeah,
so
we
it
were
was
in a
not
tough
just
bubble.
us.
Tough bubble from here to Toronto. So, all right, see some questions coming in. So let's get started. I'll do a little intro here, and we're ready to go.
Beautiful.
So welcome to The Fool's Journey. I am Paul, your host, and The Fool's Journey is the traditional statement of the Fool, the 0 card in the tarot, going all the way up through the mages to number 21, the World, and then coming back. So it's really about starting fresh, taking a leap of faith, and learning your lessons. And that's really what brought me here. That's why I'm doing this show, is to hopefully encourage others to do the same. I was a clean slate when I came out to Buffalo. I met Ivy, and she hooked me up with a reading, and it changed my life. And since then, I've been taking mediumship. I finished a mediumship program she offers, and started taking tarot classes. And really, it has changed my life. And that's tonight's program. I give mediumship readings with a touch of tarot. It's kind of the flourish that spirit gives, so that it's a little visual, something different, something fun. So feel free to ask any type of question you want, and we will answer them.
We also have Psychic Mediumship course for the fall semester. Registration is now open. IvyLeaguePsychicAcademy.com. That link is above. And Paul is teaching the current tarot class, which is an 8-week course. This Wednesday will be week number 3. You can jump in and catch up with him. He trains you in a combination of channeling, mediumship, and tarot, as well as the traditional method of using tarot.
Yeah, it's a great class. It's very fun. We had a really awesome group. And like Ivy said, if you want to join, it's never too late. We have all the classes are available for download. So, and if it's 8 weeks, so if you can't make it 1 week, don't worry, get the download and stay caught up. But we hope to have you.
All right, are we ready to begin? We have
I am ready.
Questions. We want to get to as many as we can.
Yeah, let's get more than 2.
All right. So now let's start with Shannon.
Okay.
Shannon wants to know, what is coming toward me on my journey that I should know about?
Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
I need you guys to type in names. If you are asking about a living or deceased person, please type their first name in below. It speeds up the process so that Paul can more easily connect.
All right, Shannon. Shannon, they gave me the cat tarot deck for you, which is a very fun deck, so I always like when that happens. But the message I'm getting here is that they're saying from within. It starts from within. It's to look less on the outside and more on the inside. And I know that we're currently in tarot and you're going to be doing mediumship, and they said that this is a great start, and to really take these lessons and apply them. And this will keep you more aware of what's going on, and this will open you up more. And that's the key here, is to really start putting yourself as number one. And the lessons you're going to be learning are going to give you more confidence and teach you the value of putting yourself first. A lot of people won't do it because they think it's selfish, but it's selfish to not, as weird as that sounds. You got to put yourself number one. And this is what they're saying, is to really start doing that more and more and more, like even if it's one day at a time, do. And that is going to take a lot of blocks out of your way, because they really feel like they're not self-imposed, but they're coming about because that your balance is a little bit off. And what we got here is the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, and this is traditionally about coming back to a realization here. And what this one is with the cats, and the way I see this one is that to look for the bowls that have the food in them, and to realize that you have the food in you. The cat tarot is kind of fun that way, but to look within still. This is what it is, to look within and take the food within you first, okay? And then you can put it into the other bowls, the empty bowls. But you got to start with you.
I love that. And what I love about that message is that that's a great message for everybody.
Everybody.
Like Shannon, where you are right now, it's sort of like you can't pour from an empty cup, and before you can teach and lead and be in light work or any kind of healing, you have to be on your own journey and learn to do it for yourself first.
Yeah, and that was your message today, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it was, but that's how important this is. It's it's like Abby said, you can't pour from an empty cup, and a lot of people.
You're right.
A lot of people try to do that. They'll give, but they lose. You got to kind of get this first and then move. And the things that line up once you start realizing yourself first, things will just come into place. And
the law of attraction does respond to that self-care, and if you don't, you get punished. We lose, and we don't think of it logically that way. Beautiful. All right, so that is the answer to Shannon's question. Thank you, Paul. We have one here from a Vanessa. Any messages from my grandma, Lillian?
Lillian.
She's sweet.
She is sweet.
She's funny.
And I get that it's just like this perfect grandma vibe.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm watching a TV show. Yeah. And she wanted this deck. She said, they're very beautiful. Lillian.
Shannon says, thank you, Paul.
You're very welcome, Shannon. All right, Vanessa says, Lillian, your grandmother, she's telling me is that she wants you to slow down a little bit, just to enjoy things a little bit more. Like you're trying to put too much in every day, and that, it's like pretty much stop and smell the roses, just get you walking around smelling flowers, taking it in. So the way I see that is not only the slowing down and smelling the roses, but to appreciate nature as well. So there are, and I think this is why she had me use this deck, because she said there's the art in it. It's a treat for all your senses, and when you're there, you can actually really escape. So the time is like, if you got 5 senses, she said it's like fivefold. Each second that you spend relaxing in nature, it's like 5 seconds. Because you can get it in all your senses. So she wants you to really just kind of slow it down and take the time for you. And this is the Two of Wands, and it's got this very nice color here. And with this, she is saying that there is, you have time to plan. You know, it's to slow down, to look ahead, and not just be go, 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 and living in the moment. It's slowing down, seeing what's ahead, and knowing that you can brace for it and plan for it. She said maybe 3 or 4 months from now, which is very cool. There is, she said, some good news in the work front. So this is where you really need to slow down and see these opportunities that will unfold before you. It looks like there will be, 2 or 3 opportunities that are coming down the pipeline that if you're too focused, you may overlook. So definitely while you're slowing down and taking in the day, it'll kind of process. So, but she's very, very cool, very happy, and great energy. So thank you, Lillian.
Hi, thank you, Lillian. And there we go. Okay, so that's the answer to Vanessa's question. Let's move on to Sherry. Anything I should know from my loved ones?
Okay.
Get a collective message.
Collective message.
Collective.
Yeah. Cherie. Yeah, I have a gentleman in that it does feel father's side, grandfather energy here. He said to remember the hope is always within reach. That so no matter how he's pretty funny. So no matter how long your arms are, you can always grab it. It doesn't matter, And then like showing these arms growing to reach it. He said that it's all, like it comes from your heart, it comes from your head. It's not really based on your arms. As long as you have the will and the hope, you can grab it, And that's something too that like a lot of people get caught up that they're, if they're down, they stay down, and to know that you can always change it. So he says that just reach, pick the fruit. You can always reach up and change your situation is the whole thing. Always have hope. And so what he gave is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, and this is about generosity and giving. And in this case here, I'm taking it to mean that there is always more. Okay, that there is abundance, that there is someone out there that can help when you need it, So if you're reaching out for hope, for help, someone's there. There's always that hope. It's going to be there. The universe is full. The universe is more full than you can imagine. And your grandfather just wants you to know that you can grab it at any time and take it. And then when you do, just be thankful. And also he said he loves you. So just never fret and always reach.
Love it. Beautiful. And we have a Vanessa. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Right. We have from a Shalon. I believe I'm saying her name right. Would my daughter, Desiree, be open to a reconciliation?
Shalon and Desiree.
Shalon and Desiree. Feeling some stubborn energy.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be on her terms. Shalon, I do feel she will be open to it, but as I just said, it's gonna have to be on her terms. Almost to the point where you're gonna have to make it seem like her idea, and that's depending, how badly you want to push for it. It seems like if at this point in time, it may be more trouble than it's worth. So what I would say is to, feel her out a little bit more, and then just watch, okay? Because it seems like she could change her mind soon. Like, situation changes. She's within six months to a year. I know that's like a big chunk of time. She has, it seems like there's a lot coming up for her that could have her reach out for help. And then, nothing major, like, don't fret that one, but that she would be reaching back out and looking for something for herself, so if you would jump the gun on that, it's kind of preemptive. So I think that is going to be the best time, is when she needs it. She will reach out. And then at that point you will have, I would say, the upper hand in the situation. You don't want to get caught into her game. So I would highly recommend her letting you not doing anything until she reaches out to you. Could be a while. Could be, I said 6 to 12, but maybe more on the 9 to 12 months. But don't reach out first. I think it feels entrapping. And again, she's kind of going to keep it on her terms. And so what we have with that is the 2 of Swords in reverse. So in the upright here, this shows a stalemate. And this is pretty much where you are, you and her. This is, do I pick intuition or do I pick emotion? And in the reverse, I think it goes full circle, and it's that the decision, you know how to act. You're not at the stalemate. This is, I think you really know what you want to do, but you're delaying it. I think that you need to just feel this out, let it wait, not stress it, not push it, and let her decide and let her figure it out. And I do think deep down that, and it's just maybe you have to hear it from the outside. But I would definitely take your time with it, and use your intuition. Let her make the first move.
I'm getting what you're getting to on that timeline. Dead solid 8 months. 8-month mark and some movement. It's like a dance sometimes with kids.
Yeah.
It's like you got to get all that manipulative stuff out of the way. It's a battle of control. That's a good way to say it. I like how you said that earlier. You don't want to get tied up in a game, yet you want to make it clear that you're there and available. Yeah.
Yeah. Like kids, they're always adults. They think they're adults. Yeah, they know the most since they're 5 years old. They know more than you until they need you.
Yeah, or your money.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
spoken as a kid.
So that answered Shalon's question about Desiree. Okay, and Cherie said thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
Right, we do want to move on to Sony. Wants to know, should I wash my hands of them?
No names. I probably don't even have to get to the cards, but I would say I would say yes.
Yeah.
Sony, a lot of times we were just talking about intuition and emotion. If you are asking that question, should I? You already know the answer is yes. They're not doing good things to your energy. I can feel that through here. That coming on and having to ask is just like kind of reaffirmment. That you know what you need to do, and that's good. That your intuition is telling you the right thing, but your emotion is still hanging on and stopping you from doing it. And it's about acting on it, and keeping true to that. We have a class at the Academy, Relationships, Boundaries, and Cord Cuttings. And so what this will teach you is that when you set a boundary, keep the boundary. It'll teach you how to cut cords with people so they don't interfere with your energy anymore. And, it seems like cutting cords, cutting ties with these folk is going to help you greatly, but you have to keep your boundary once you set it. Once you set that boundary, anything that you go to put your foot over the line, like to check in, be like, oh, hey, happy birthday, erases it. You might, however long you spent putting that boundary up, it's just wiped out. That gives them access. So you just got to cut that off.
It's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work. And so what we got, we're using this fun deck here. We have Temperance in reverse. And so Temperance is one of the majors, and there are 22 of the 78 cards. So seeing a major is, well, major. It's a big thing to happen. And Temperance in reverse, I read it the other day for the first time as self-healing. And I had never seen that before, and now it makes sense why I read it this week because of this card. So this is all about you taking the time to do what's right for you. Heal yourself, get these people out of your energy field, cut them off, set a boundary, and grow. So, Sony, I think you know what to do. And remember, Temperance in reverse, it's a great card. It's a great card. It's a very uplifting card to get right now. So you have the power here. Self-healing. You got it.
All right, very good. So that was the answer to Sony's question. Shilon said, I understand what you guys were saying about the kid message. And she said, thank you.
Very welcome, Sean. Thank you for tuning in.
I did just post a bunch of names, but I forgot to say why I was posting them. I was letting you guys know that your answers were coming up in that order, but I apparently did not finish my message on the feed. Alexandra, you're next. Okay, so from an Alexandra here, is there a future for Bill and I romantically?
Romantically. Let's just say it depends on how much work you want to put into it. What I'm getting from Bill is that there is I'm going to say lazy, but not fully behind his actions, that he'd more, go forward until it hit a point where he didn't have to, someone else would take over. And in this instance, it would be you. So you would have to do a lot of heavy lifting. I think he's all for it if that's the case, but it may not be as fulfilling to you in the long run. And by may not, I say it definitely would not be. So I would say there is a future, but it's not going to be one you really want. Okay. So here we have the five of, well, it's Alice of Wonderland, so they're oysters, but the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and this one is about coming back in from the cold, and in this case, it's about coming back into yourself. This seems to be like tonight's theme, is that people coming into themselves and realizing themselves, and I think that's what needs to be done in order to move forward. So once you realize that what you actually want, this will be the key. I think that's when you'll see that it's probably not with Bill, unless Bill's going to change. But I don't see that really being in his character. So I think once you go in and look and see what you want, you're going to see it's pretty obvious that it's going to be elsewhere. So I think that if you guys are currently apart, keep it that way. Just grow. But if you're together, I would definitely look at what's going on and start to reevaluate and take things for yourself, and most likely move onward.
That feels like a drag of a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we don't often enough realize that we don't want to take someone on as baggage, but we don't, Okay, good. So that was an answer to Alexandra's question. Okay, we're going to move on to Janet. So Janet wants to know if you can communicate with her deceased daughter, Danielle.
Danielle?
Any
messages
from Danielle?
It's weird. She's like, oh, now I'm on the spot. She's funny and shy. It's like I feel like introverted, but in a really good way. Like imaginative, likes to do things her own way, be creative, and just kind of explore her mind. And like a very can't think of the word, but didn't like to be praised in front of people. Or it was like I don't know the word, but so that when it came time for like getting an award or something or being in front of people, she would get embarrassed. But she's very funny, and like what she's saying is that she said despite the fact that she isn't here, she said, and she wouldn't do it in public now. She's like, she's giving you a hug here now, and she said, I do it all the time anyhow, but now I'm doing it in front of people, and is laughing that it's not something she would normally do. But she says that she's around and she's paying attention more than she did when she was alive, that she is really watching you and really appreciating all the things you do. And she said, I probably didn't say it enough back then, but you gave me everything, and it was I failed to see how much you did. She said, I don't feel that now. I can see everything now. I can see everything all the time. And she's very proud of you, and she's like lifting you up, and it's like this praiseworthy shot. She's got you up here, and how much she applauds everything you've done and everything you're going to do. She said that you're very strong, and it's inspirational, and she's very, very, she loves that so much. So she gave you, I took the small deck here. It's the King of Swords in reverse. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this one, she's saying to make sure that you keep your actions, keep moving in the right direction. Keep your actions going straight forward. Keep moving. Don't stray from the path at all. That, you would tend to get lost a bit. She said, like me, how she would live up in her head. She said that sometimes you'll get fairly fanciful, and that to stay focused for what's coming up. She said that about a year to a year and a half, that that it's going to be very, times are going to be tough with everything that's going on now. And she said that the way everything's changing, getting distracted is going to be, let's say, not risky, but it's like it's going to be easy to get distracted, and people are going to be reaching out to you more and more and more. So remember to stay on your path and don't get pulled in other directions. But she loves you and is giving you so many hugs, and she's really she's really cool. I don't know what else to say. I think she's super cool.
She's an awesome communicator. It's funny to watch her get embarrassed about anything. She's like shy but not shy.
I was picturing her like in a theater or something. I don't know if she did theater.
Like speaking to people. She's entertaining. Okay, great. So that was an answer to Janet from her daughter Danielle on the other side.
Thank you, Danielle. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Danielle. Yep. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so we have Alexandra earlier said thank you.
Very well.
The reading made a lot of sense. She's appreciative. Okay.
Good.
We are going to move on to a Patrice. Patrice says, "What's up with my life? Just my life, period.
Fair
in
enough.
General."
All right.
Anything you got for Patrice?
I've been there. All right, Patrice. Thank you. We're going to go with the fun deck for Patrice. Let's remember. All right, Patrice. I am feeling something in the romance department. It's good. I know that's half the reason why people tune in. Feels something around, say, seven popped out. I do feel months 7 to 8 on the long end. That someone new will be coming in, and I do get, like very, very fun and tall, and so I get a masculine energy. So depending on how things swing, we'll just call it masculine energy. But this person is, they're laid back, but they're very, the joking nature is it's in this really subtle way that is like almost hidden, so that adds this extra layers because they're not very full of themselves and don't feel like they're a riot. But they would put out these jokes, not under their breath, but like kind of hidden in other words, and it's very funny because it's not for everybody, but it's going to match up perfectly with you and your humor. So, like I say, 7 or 8 months. Keep your eye out for that. Tall, dark hair. Masculine energy again. So the Chariot in reverse. This one's very fun, this deck here. It's got the lady, blasting through on the Chariot. So in the reverse here, it's about a lack of motion. And so with this upcoming person coming in your life, it does say that you should get on the trolley, start moving, start putting yourself out there, because there is, it's like we said, law of attraction earlier, if like you're not moving, nothing's going to come to you. So it's when you're populating out, getting out there, it's going to be tougher to meet people now, obviously, but to still do so virtually, attend different things online that you may not have before because it's in another state and you can't travel there, but now it's a virtual thing. So you can start meeting people online, start doing different things, and that'll really get you out there. And then, a few months down the road, someone new is going to be coming in, and it looks like a really, really fun time. So make sure that you're prepared for it and that you're moving forward. It's a fun card.
Beautiful. Good times around the bend.
Good times, Patrice.
Yep, Patrice is open-minded, so that helps a lot. Okay, so let's move on to, also Janet said about you communicating with her daughter. Thank you, that sounds like her.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Joanna is next, and she wants to know, do you have any messages from her deceased mother, Chris? She's also very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
She seems younger.
All right, Chris. They love this deck.
What did she pick? Oh, I love that. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The artist side.
It's funny. It's like they know what's in it, but they said, she's like, I liked it when Lillian had it. But it's yeah, she is sweet. She's very, it's just real honest. She's very genuine, and like I want to hug her. She's saying that she wants to hug me too. That's very nice. Thank you. But she's saying take the good with the bad. So like, don't. Saying like there are two halves to everything. So there's good and bad, and saying like, don't let something get too big so it's so good, and then that the bad disrupts it. Just like they're equal parts, equal halves. Everything's in balance. A lot of people think that if they look at the news, that there's way more bad than good. And she's like, but everything is in equal balance. And that when something bad happens, there's something good in equal proportion to it. So when that does happen, look for the good in that same package. Sometimes it's harder to find. Sometimes you don't really want to look for it. You want to just be down, but don't be down. Don't be down ever. There's always good. Take the good with the bad, and just know that there's always going to be enough of each. So it thinks that there is the bad, but without the bad, you don't realize what's good. And what'd she give us for a card here? Father of Swords. Okay, so this is, I think, the card we just got. This is the Father of Swords in this deck in reverse, the King of Swords. And this is another one that I would say it's to not be swayed. Okay, much like she was saying with don't let the bad things ruffle you because there's good coming. This is the same thing. Don't deviate because something happened and you want to go off course. Don't. Keep moving forward. This is all about action and having your wherewithal to continue no matter what. Always look for the good, and your mom will be there for you to celebrate each good thing. She said each time there's a good thing, think of me, and then she said, and then you'll keep looking for the good. So she's great. I want to hug her, and I'm glad she came through. So thank you, Chris. Thank you.
All right, Joanna. All right.
Joanna, thank you.
So Joanna, that was from your mother, Chris. Beautiful. All right, let's move on to King Universe.
Uh-oh.
Do my guides have any messages for me? Love those questions.
It's true. While I'm getting this King Universe, I would highly recommend from Ivy League Psychic Academy a Meet Your Guides class. That one is a game changer. Teaches you how to communicate, who your guides are, how to talk to them, and then to notice how they speak to you so that you can talk to them, all day, every day if you want to, but every day at least. Guides, huh? It's pretty funny. The relationship guide. Relationship guide was saying that you're desperately seeking Queen Universe. That's maybe he was just telling me that stuff. But so they're saying that in the romance game, another romance question here. Seems like there's someone in your life that you already know that is. The way I see it is has your heart. So if you're already with someone, I would say this is a very great sign. If you're not, there's someone that is in your circle that looks to be quite the partner for you. I jokingly said, your guide jokingly said Queen Universe, but this, however it goes, this person is, it's like very bubbly. The way I see, it's kind of short, but very, very outgoing. Blonde hair is something I see, like blonde hair, short, very light, very, like I say, I get a feminine energy, but again, that could be whatever. So, this is perfect. So your relationship guide is telling you to look out for this person, and this could be coming up 8 weeks, 8 to 9 weeks. So what's that? 2 months? 2 months or so. That's very good. That's very close. And this is what we have here: is the Ace of Cups, which is all about new beginnings and emotions, and a new relationship. So to keep your eyes out for this girl, female, feminine energy that I do feel you already know. It's very close by. Within the next 8 to 9 weeks, something's going to brew. It's really going to pop. I think she's got eyes for you. You have eyes for her. I would say go for it, King Universe.
Fun. All right, there you go.
It's like the perfect cut.
That one, it was. Okay, so that one was for King Universe. Next one.
I should be asking him questions. King Universe, I mean, come on.
You know.
Yeah.
This one's from Shauna Flint. She said, I've been having bad luck lately. For example, my Jeep just got totaled. She's wondering if she'll be getting a new ride next month. There's no new money coming in.
Okay. Interesting. Hearing unlikely places. That, there's going to need to be some effort for this. You're going to have to do the legwork. Seems very, very possible, though, that within the month time frame, not a month and a half, it would be coming from, like I said, unlikely places, but you have to ask around. It's like a friend of a friend, friend's grandfather. Like someone has, this is like not the best vehicle, but a vehicle that is affordable. They don't drive it. It is workable. Maybe a couple fixes to really get it past inspection, but
not a bicycle.
Not a bicycle. So that gives you some money for a bicycle. But it looks like it's, I see it coming from an older gentleman. Maybe in his garage, he has one. So ask around, ask friends, and it seems like it's going to be like a game of telephone, finding who you know and having them spread the word. Use social media. That will take some time out of it for you, but I know the need for them is pretty urgent. So I would say, at the long end, it does seem like a month and a half. So that's you putting the pedal to the metal, no pun intended, but definitely get the feelers out there as much as you can. Start asking people. Have them ask, because it's going to come down through unlikely channels, and I always feel like it's going to be someone that you could have known. Someone like, I don't know, within stone's throw from you that knew somebody, and so you won't have to go too far. But it's nothing out of state or anything wacky. And we have here, I did the cat cards. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and this is the King of Pentacles is really the top of the game as far as money goes. Okay, and in the reverse, it tends to be a little bit less than stellar with it. So, what the message here is that don't get in over your head trying to pay for something that you aren't going to be able to. Okay, it's get the car that works, not the car that you want. You got to fit within your means, and just understand that it's 4 wheels, and it's going to work. So your other car, when you can get your dream car later on, but what you need now is something that works. So don't go into debt trying to get something.
Very good. I'm getting the same thing. At least it runs.
At least it runs. Yeah.
Yep. It's a holdover.
Better than a bicycle.
For sure. So Joanna also said, thank you, Paul. That sounds like her when you were channeling her mother, Chris.
You're very welcome.
Beautiful. Okay, so that was an answer to Shauna Flint about her vehicle. The next one up is Lizelle. Okay. She's asking about a change of career. What do you see for that?
Lizelle, change of career possible.
Donna said, thank you so much. Takes a lot of stress off my shoulders.
Good.
I bet. That's good. Manifesting for you.
Yep. And use social media too. We got it for a reason.
That's right.
It's unfortunately for more than cat pics.
Not in your world.
Not in my world. If anyone's looking for a good YouTube channel, check out Kitten Academy. It's one of the best.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
All right. Lizelle.
Lizelle, change of career. What do you see for it? King Universe said, thank you so much. I should add that I'm a woman, but King expresses the strong side of my mental. Thank you again for my message. Well, that makes sense why you kept saying female, male energies. It doesn't have to be literal, it's energies.
That was a tough one. Thank you, King Universe. All right, Lizelle. What I'm feeling is that there isn't an urgency to it. It feels like you can, if you want to, like it's to go along, right? And if something comes up that you want to try it. It's really very, getting the push to say that fun and like creativity is paramount here. But it's not as obvious. So, like a lot of people won't pursue a job that they think is fun if it's outside of their current field or what they know. And oftentimes it's, kind of impossible to get into that since they don't have the background. But it seems like if you keep your eye on things that you're interested in, and I see like loopholes, like someone offering you or a friend that has a connection, inlets into something, but it doesn't feel like you have to pursue anything. It's like to stay on your course, and they're going to come in from the sides when they do. But to think about what it is you want to do, what it is you would like to do. Don't think about what career you want that's going to make you money. Think about what you want to do here, and just kind of put it out there, and then just continue doing what you're doing. A lot of people will forget the word, but they think about something too much that they want, and it really cancels out any positive benefits of manifestation involved. So this case, you put it out. Maybe it's like Ivy has in some of her classes with relationships. Put a list of things that you would like to do, and then put the list away, and then go back to doing what you're doing, and then just be open to possibilities when they come through, because they seem like they're going to come from the side here. They're not going to be on the path. 12, 14. A year to 14 months, maybe the first one's going to come through, and when that does, it's like, is that something worth jumping into? At that point, you'll have a year to 14 months of you thinking about, and maybe adding to your list different things, So it's going to change over time, but just know that things are going to be out there, and they're going to come to you if you're not actively fretting over them. We have here the King of Wands in reverse, and this one is. So wands are like passions and, even intuition. And this is, I guess, the point here being the intuition, whereas the king is the top of the game, and is as far as the suits go. So he'd be very intuitive and great ideas, But in reverse, it shows a lack. It's missing that. It's not being. It's chasing. It's going after emotion, and this is the card here is the warning to not do that, to just continue and let it come to you. Don't chase, let it come to you, and you'll know when the right time is to make the jump. Don't jump at the first thing either, unless you feel that, but it's like, don't jump just to jump. A lot of people will do that, and it ends up biting them in the ass. But you're going to know better.
This is a huge life contract feel. This is about shifting out of getting that paycheck into your actual life purpose. Yeah. Very good. Okay, good. So that one was for Lizelle. We have another one here from a... Can you take a few more?
Yeah.
Okay. We have another one here from a Kristen Jacobs. Any advice on her love life? No specific names from what I saw.
Kristen. YouTube lasted longer than the 2 questions it did last time.
Yeah, no
So
burnout tonight.
doing okay.
We're
The
gonna do a little
microphone,
extra. Yep.
the microphone's working. I think.
Yeah, I hear you good today. Lizelle said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate it."
You're very welcome. All right, Kristen. What's this question? Love life?
Well, Kristen just wants to know if you have any advice on her love life at all. She's not asking. She didn't give a name of anyone specific.
I have a feeling I'm gonna get like the hermit card here, but for good reasons, good things, not for. I'm getting, Kristen, is that it's time for growth, time to go inward and see what it is you want. It seems like it's a perfect time for planning or just feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like not being active in anything. It's, if anything's going to come, all right, well, deal with it then, but don't fret, don't go out on a limb, and don't like go looking for things. Go inward, see what it is you want, and take the time to find spots in you that you want to fix, want to work on, and work on them. In the long run, obviously that's best for you, but when you do meet, your partner, if you have already worked on these things, it's going to just connect and snap and go like that. So there won't be any downtime, but there is, the downtime, it could be now, and you take this to work, go inward, work on it, and figure things out. We get, again, the Ace of Cups. This one has this lady's almost like a Frankenstein monster hand, but this is signifying here, much like it did with the last one. I feel that this is, new beginnings, new emotions. This could also eventually be a new relationship. It does seem a bit down the road, within a year, but towards the far end, I would say 8 or 9 months to the year. But this, I'm really feeling it today, meaning the new emotions, and this is what you're going to discover that you have by just going inward and looking and seeing how you actually feel about things, just without trying to think about any other person, and then you'll truly see them, so that when you do, like I said before, when you get in with that person, you'll know which ones are yours and how you accurately feel. So enjoy this new look on your emotions. So cool cat.
Beautiful. Must be the humidity getting to her Frankenstein hair. All right, so that was for Kristen Jacobs' advice on the love life. We're going to move on to a Linda Figuera.
Hi, Linda.
Linda found 3 dimes in 1 hour in different places with the head up. Okay, and she wants to know if this was a message from someone, and if so, what?
Fair enough. Well, congrats on the 30 cents. That's it's really...
Her and Shauna can get together and make it happen.
See, we're connecting people here.
That's right. That's all.
It's like a
that's all
trade
we do
network.
here.
Linda, yes, I do feel this is a message. Let's figure out who it was from.
Vanessa said, "Thank you. You guys have a great night. Thanks, Paul."
Well, it's gentleman here, and I know just the name from before, but he said it to me as Sally Boy. I think is she's like, yeah, it's me, and he's laughing at that joke, but he says it's dime because he said dimes are better than pennies. and it's just it's I don't know, it seems like there's just this constant, like I get this just joke, and it's fantastic, but and now I can't tell what's a joke or what's real, so he's saying he puts them down there because he can watch you bend over. This guy, but they are, it's from your friend, and he just wants to say hi. It's like he misses you a lot and loves watching you, and he said it's the least I can do. Well, a penny would be less, but they're small and they're fun. And he said dimes are. I like the ridges. So yes, they're definitely meshes. What else do we have there? He said, keep on smiling.
I was going to say, you just said to me, chin up.
Yeah,
Tell
keep
her
on
chin
smiling.
up.
Yeah, and it's such a, see, I thought that was him. But it's funny, he's choosing dimes again because they're different, and it's just a subtle way that you're gonna notice a dime on the ground more than a penny. But he wants you to smile, keep smiling. He said it's a gorgeous smile, and never lose it. Always have it. That's fantastic. And so he gave you, this is Justice in reverse, but it's two cats, which is funny because I almost used the cat deck. So in the sword, so this is different. I feel this one's a lot different of a read than the traditional Justice. Okay, in this, I'm going heavy with the sword imagery here, in that the way the sword is pointing straight up, okay, is putting the power back in your hands. And this is, is he saying that, said point out the cats, and that cats can, in our base mean deception. So it's like to use your actions to pot the ways and not deal with anybody's bull s. Keep your head up. Don't deal with anyone else trying to F with you, and keep going. And he said, plus now you got 30 cents up on him. So he said next time I'll try to use $1, but he said don't count on it. But he loves you, and to again keep smiling.
I'm getting that too, with that almost like discernment. Know where to put your thoughts, know where to put your energy. Don't let yourself get drained by people.
He's funny.
Yeah, he is. That's getting tougher and tougher for all of us lately. Okay, so that was for Linda Figuera, right? And we are going to, Shauna Flint said she actually was just redoing her living room and found a penny from 1823. What are the odds on that? How crazy is that?
You should look up, see if it's worth anything, and get a car with it.
Right?
And if it's worth more than a car, you can send the proceeds to our show here. Yes.
Paul, congratulations! You just hit your first 100 subscribers a minute ago.
Woo,
Congratulations,
thanks everybody.
Polly. Thanks everyone.
You're all very fantastic.
Awesome. And Linda said, "So funny." Thank you, Paul. That was really cute. We are going to move on to, who do we have? A Sarah Whitman. Sarah has a narcissistic ex who's making her life miserable. It's also making her new relationship miserable. But she wants to know, as she goes forward with these legal proceedings, if it's actually going to be worth it to protect herself from him. tough question. Is it going to be worth it? Because in parts, yes, in parts, no. You know, the legal process is tough, but in general, will it be worth it? I think what she's asking is really, should I keep going forward? That's maybe a better way to say that.
Yes. I would keep going because this guy will see you stopping as a win, and it's just going to, it's like a, I hate that the penny's coming back. It's like a bad penny. You know, he's like a bad penny. And anything you can do to get this penny out of your life, I think should be done, should be pursued to the fullest to show that you ain't scared and that you would value anything over this guy's attention. You know, if it, oh, this is going to cost me a fortune in a year of my life, I don't care. It's worth more than this guy. Anything, and giving him anything, any sort of sense of whatever that would be. So yes, I think it's definitely worth it, and not only just to thumb up your nose at him, is that the phrase, but for your own self to know that you're doing it and you're not backing down, that you're just going through with it, you know, to win on your own, you know. You're not winning because he stopped, you're winning because you won. And not that it's a game or anything, but it is. It's like a battle of the wills, because that's how everything is in their lives, the narcissist lives. You just got to do it.
Smells like a penny from 1823.
Coincidentally, 1823 was when the first court opened in the United States.
Is that a fact?
Nope. I don't know. It might be.
It is now.
Probably. All right. And yes, we have a card that's all about conflict here. The Five of Wands. So this is, you know, basically saying that there is this battle going on. And it does seem, you know, it seems like traditionally this will have an uphill battle kind of feel to it. And that's, but I'm feeling that only if you stop, you know. It's like, picture Sisyphus rolling the ball up the hill, the big rock, and then it hits the top and rolls down. You know, it does that all the time. Well, you know, what if he stopped midway, you know, people are like, well, it wouldn't roll as far. But it's like, yeah, but if he gets to the top, what if it goes over? You know, obviously he's in hell, so it's not going to, but you can push yours over. You can push this over and then let it go down to the other side. The trick is to not stop, because just because it's uphill doesn't mean that it's not worth fighting and not worth doing. A lot of people see that as see the battle's too hard or something, and so they'll stop. Don't stop. Keep going.
It feels to me too like, you know, she's going to get a lot of what she wants out of this, so she's going to win. It's just that, you know, sometimes you have to look at it as it being your liberation and your freedom and you making a statement, and that is more valuable than the parts that you win in court. It's like a change in perspective is sometimes needed, and that's, I think, where she is right now.
Yeah, and it's great because, you know, if he's seeing you in this one way and you prove to him that you're completely different than the way he thought, like that you're way stronger,
it's going to start weakening out.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's a wicked blow to him too, and that is a victory right there, you know.
All right, awesome. So that was the answer to Sarah Whitman's legal question. Next up is Becky Sheridan, and she wants to know, am I moving in the direction of healing and helping others, or am I still in need of more healing for myself, my family, my career?
Okay.
And Linda said thank you. That was hilarious, and she appreciates it.
Good. You're very welcome. If I see dimes being around here, I know what he's up to.
Yeah.
I'll pick those ones up.
Messages. Yep.
All right, Becky. Hey, Becky, what they're saying is focus. And I can see it going around like showing like a searchlight, like this, instead of just being stuck. Or in place rather. Stuck sounds bad. So with that, they're saying that that what you see with the searchlight, is just a small amount, okay? And that the light needs to be just like a full floodlight, and that will reveal what needs to be taken care of. So it's like if you have a searchlight, you can look at certain parts of the grass, certain parts of the yard, certain flower beds, specifically. But when you have the floodlight, you can see it all, and then what needs to be tended to. There's no blinders on there, okay? And the message with that is that yes, it starts here and then goes outward. So to really say a healing business, to really get that going, you have to be full with yourself first, and know that you're really taking care of yourself and that you're on track emotionally, that you know how really to handle not the stresses, but extra people coming into your field, okay? And this is we have a class, Empathic Awareness, and this will teach you how to go about your day by when you're taking in other people's energies, how to block, how to tools to get through that. And this is something that I would recommend, because it seems like a lot of people will come in and it seems to detract. You can't, you'll go and it'll really wipe you out, or pull you in a different direction, and it's hard to focus. This is the searchlight. This is you going from here to look at that, when you need it to be fully open to catch everything all at once. And I would say that to really get moving on the healing business, it would, you got to really start here and make sure that this is the right, you're handling it properly. You have the right tools so that you can teach, and heal. Some people will heal when they're not in the spot to be healing, and that not only hurts the person there, it hurts everybody. It's a really imbalancing thing. So here we have the Death card in reverse, and this is about change, but moreover resistance too. Okay, and I think that this is what it's saying is that there has to be a change in your lifestyle that you're kind of reticent to take on before you can go pursue what you need to do, or what you want to do. So this is what you need to do. This is what you want to do. You have to do this, but you're kind of dragging your feet to do it. But that it needs to get done first, and then we can put this right side up, and that is something ending so that something new can begin, and that would be old you into new you. Okay, so you're at the spot where it's here. Let's get it this way, but it's going to start within to get it to this.
I would say Fighting the Dark too, the Fighting the Dark video.
Fighting the Dark. It's on Ivy's YouTube channel. We can put the link in here.
I'll let you do that.
I'll do that.
Yeah, no technology for me, but yeah, that Fighting the Dark video might help too. And it's great because we heal as healers while we're working, but sometimes there are serious blocks that get in the way. And we did the your fear of leveling up free mini class we just did, and Fighting the Dark, because it's not at all uncommon as the light worker is about to really step up that even members of the family and people in the close inner circle start to hold them back. And we have to be mindful of these things. That's going to happen. It is a guarantee that will come in the way. Awesome. You had Sarah said, you guys are such an inspiration every day and keep me going. Thank you. She's hoping that her and her other half will make it. They will.
You're very welcome.
Yes. You had a great crowd tonight. That was pretty much all of them.
Good.
Okay.
You did way better than 2. Thank you.
Yes, it held up. Yeah, we had a lot of technical issues last time, so we only got to 2. And we appreciate you guys coming back so that we could get to the rest of your questions this week. YouTube was burnt out on half of the country, I believe. So
Yeah, we're in a particularly hot hit area too.
But it looks like they pulled it together. Okay, so Paul will be back July 12th at 9 p.m. here for the
9
Fool's
p.m.
Journey.
Yeah.
And if you want to join in his tarot class there, entering into week 3 on Wednesday, you could do that through video download or join through Zoom, correct?
Correct, yeah. And so, like I said, week 3, totally easy to get caught up, and would love to have you. It's a great group we have. Always looking for more great people too.
All right. My show's tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Yes.
So see you guys for Ask Ivy over on my channel.
Yes.
Have
See
a
you
great
all
night,
tomorrow night.
everybody. Thanks,
Thank you.
Polly.
Thank you. Thank you, Ivy.